I will dismantle him. I will ruin him. He gets absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. There's no comeback. There will be no comeback after he fights me. When I beat him, I'll put him into an early retirement. I will put him into retirement.
Conor is a far better fighter than Chris Eubank Jr. is a boxer.
Technically, yeah.
And that's the problem that Chris Eubank Jr. is having. He's got this thing in his mind. He's a masterful boxer. No, you're not.
No.
I'm sorry, no, you're not.
Conor Benn just sent a chilling new video message to Chris Eubank Jr. Every word drips with controlled aggression. He says, "No one's getting hurt, but his eyes tell a different story. A man ready for destruction. His calm tone is pure provocation. With his brutal training clips flooding social media, it's clear Benn isn't preparing for peace. He's preparing for war, and Eubank knows it."
Listen, I don't like Chris. I don't have to like him, but no one's out to hurt anybody here, you know. And it's a shame that he lives in that world of paranoia where he genuinely believes that anybody's out to get him, because nobody really is. And it's for his toenail. I couldn't care less about his toenail. You know, like, bro, like, I don't.
The gym sounds like a battlefield. Benn's punches thunder against the pads with ruthless precision. No hesitation, no mercy. This isn't training, it's controlled rage. Every move radiates obsession. He's not working out for fitness, he's preparing for domination. Every strike, every breath, every ounce of power is fueled by one name, Eubank.
Shit.
Eubank's response isn't rage, it's calculated precision. His words cut through Benn's bravado like a knife, dissecting his timing, tactics, and courage all at once. You can hear the cold confidence in his tone, the voice of a man who's been through war and intends to end it this time. For Eubank, revenge isn't driven by emotion, it's destiny.
Sect is a coward. He waited until I was cutting weight, dehydrated, and malnourished to come and step to me. And he showed his true colors. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried about Conor Benn. I'm not thinking about that guy.
But then Bomac McIntyre steps in, laying out exactly why Team Eubank believes Conor Benn has no chance. His words carry that calm authority only a veteran of countless battles can have. To Bomac, Benn's game is predictable. Raw emotion without evolution. He sees Eubank as the smarter, more composed fighter, already in control of every angle, from the press conferences to the mental warfare. In Bomac's eyes, Benn's already beaten, not in the ring, but in the mind.
For me to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyway, Bomac. Is there any way you can see that Conor Benn beats your guy?
No, I can't, for the simple fact that it's hard to beat the guy that already didn't beat you. I mean, I can see that Chris is beating him at everything. The press conference, the stare downs, the fight. To me, he got his number, you know. And I think he's going to be in a better position coming into this next fight, because Chris knows what to expect out of him.
Eddie Hearn's tone says it all. Frustration mixed with fierce determination. He's done with the noise, done with Benn's drama, and ready to let action do the talking. Hearn knows exactly what's on the line. This isn't just another fight, it's redemption for Team Eubank. It's different this time, he says, and that quiet confidence sounds less like a promise and more like a warning to anyone still doubting them.
Honestly, this guy has zero respect for anything. And I hope people can see through it. Some will, some won't. But if you can't see them, I mean, that's a lot of what happened up there was just wrong. So listen, we go to work and we're in to win the fight. It's going to be different this time.
Johnny Nelson's take stirs the pot, questioning whether Eubank has really evolved or simply hit his ceiling. It's a fair challenge, but maybe Nelson's overlooking Eubank's trademark grit. Time and again, the veteran's mental toughness and ability to adapt have silenced critics. Benn might have youth and fire, but experience wins the real battles, and Eubank's got that in abundance.
Personally, I just think the last performance of Chris, I thought you've got nothing left.
You've got there's no more improvement on what I'm seeing there. And I know there was a weight issue and all the build up to it. I thought there's no more improvement there.
Does that
That's
mean you think do you think Conor Benn will be better in the second fight?
Yes.
Does that mean that you think that by him being better and there's no more left from Chris Eubank, that Conor Benn's able to bridge the gap and get an outcome in his second fight?
Without a doubt.
Mackenzie's spot on. Benn versus Eubank isn't just a boxing match, it's a cultural showdown. The legacy, the family pride, the generational tension, it's pure boxing drama. This rematch isn't just about who wins, it's about who truly earns the right to carry the Benn Eubank name with pride. The stakes, absolutely massive.
Like I say, the fight wasn't a letdown because it was a good fight, but as an event, you won't get a better event than that, and they'll have to go some actually to surpass that, or even equal that. Let's just hope they get the same turnout in terms of the numbers, people going through the live gate and watching that fight, because it was a great event. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You won't get world title fights that actually are a better event.
Adam Smith's analysis strikes at the very heart of this rivalry. For Eubank Jr., this isn't just another fight, it's a rebirth. He's endured heartbreak, change, and doubt, yet now stands on the edge of a comeback that could redefine his entire career. A win here could reopen the path to a world title and silence every critic who's ever questioned his consistency. But Benn's confidence is a real threat. That first fight gave him belief, maybe even too much. This rematch goes beyond tactics, it's about legacy. Eubank isn't just fighting for victory, he's fighting for his name.
Wolford fight, and I think Eubank Jr., if he gets this win and there's a new lease of life maybe under Beaumat, 2026, maybe finally he could become a world champion, but he's got to get past Conor Benn first, and Conor Benn not just hungry for revenge, he believes he can win this because of what happened first time round, because he went 12 rounds at middleweight, up in class, after a long layoff. Some people fancy Benn in this.
Tony Bellew breaks it down the way only a fighter can. Timing is everything. He knows Eubank's body has been through battles, while Benn's youth gives him the edge in recovery and explosiveness. But that same gap in experience works both ways. Eubank survived storms Benn hasn't even seen yet, and that toughness could be the key when things get rough. Bellew's take cuts to the truth. These two are at completely different points in their careers. Benn's driven by ambition, Eubank's driven by redemption. It's youth versus experience, aggression versus control, and whoever dictates the tempo early could end up owning the whole story.
6'8", he ain't coming back down to 160, so it's got a very short lifespan, this rematch. It's got to be done, the sooner the better. If I'm being brutally honest, the sooner the rematch happens, in my opinion, it favours Conor Benn, because he's the younger fighter who's took less damage and has had a much lesser career with much less experience. For someone like Chris Eubank Jr., it's going to take a while to turn around, and it's going to take a while to recover, because that was a hard fight for him. He was shook a number of times, he felt the shot. He'd also done the same.
Coldwell's comments strike a nerve, questioning whether Eubank's got another war left in him. It's a fair doubt. The first fight pushed his chin, stamina, and spirit to the edge. Every fighter eventually meets that breaking point where heart clashes with the limits of the body, and Coldwell suggests Eubank might be close to his. But that's the paradox with Eubank Jr. He's at his best when everyone counts him out. Each time the critics circle, he digs deeper, fights harder, and comes back sharper. That unpredictability makes him dangerous. For Benn, that's the real threat. A cornered Eubank is a version no one should underestimate.
I don't think so. If the fight becomes as hard, and if it has the pace and ferocity of a first fight, I'd be very surprised, and I'd be amazed if Eubank can do all that again.
Eddie Hearn's message sounds like tough love wrapped in hard truth. Benn fights on emotion, all fire, no breaks. And while that excites the crowd, it can cost him everything. Hearn knows Eubank feeds on chaos. He waits for wild swings and turns them into openings. If Benn doesn't learn control, he'll play right into Eubank's hands. Boxing isn't about rage, it's about rhythm, timing, and brains. And with Eubank's patience, sharp jab, and superior ring IQ, Benn's fury could end up writing his own downfall.
You have to follow the weight classes, you have to follow directions and orders, and that's why we have weight classes. For 1 pound makes a huge difference. I mean, this guy was almost fainting trying to make weight.
Tony Jeffries nails the essence of this rivalry. It's no longer sport, it's personal war. Every punch drips with history, pride, and the ghosts of their father's battles. Ben carries a legacy that feels more like a burden, fighting not just Eubank Jr., but the weight of expectation. That kind of emotion can fuel you or destroy you. Eubank, on the other hand, walks in cold and composed. He's tasted defeat, humiliation, and comeback, and that experience sharpens his edge. Jeffries is right. The real danger isn't just in the punches, it's in the consequences. One mistake could rewrite everything. For Ben, a loss could expose his limits. For Eubank, it could scar his legacy forever. Both men are gambling their names, pride, and futures, and in a fight this personal, even blinking could be fatal.
This would sell out any stadium in the UK. I was going to see it in the world there, but probably not in America because that many people wouldn't fly over. It would sell out a lot. But the fight location still hasn't been announced yet, but I do know that it's going to be on September 20th. Now, as for the...
Dave Allen sums up what many in boxing have quietly said for months. The rehydration clause changes everything. It's more than just a rule. It's the balance between safety, strength, and fairness. Last time Eubank looked drained, slower, weaker, and missing his trademark aggression. Ben, meanwhile, fought at a more natural weight, sharper and more relaxed. Allen's message is clear: when you mess with a fighter's natural state, you compromise the sport's integrity. The rematch could hinge on this one detail. If Eubank enters unrestricted and fully fueled, it's a different fight. But if the contract again limits him, Ben might hold the advantage before the first punch is even thrown. Boxing thrives on fairness. Once you take that away, it's not competition anymore. It's survival.
Whatever else, but they're just not the same size. Rehydration clauses should not be a thing in boxing. I know IBF have a £10 morning after ruling, but it's just not safe. The term rehydration clause just don't sound safe. Rehydration clause, just don't agree with it. Eubank's been up at super middleweight, and now they're going to drag him down to near light middleweight. I don't like it.
Barry Jones delivers a sobering reality check. This fight isn't just exciting, it's dangerous. Both men endured heavy punishment in their first encounter, and a rematch could push them to breaking point. Eubank's toughness is proven, but even legends have limits. Ben, though younger, fights with reckless intensity that invites damage. Still, Jones leans toward Eubank, and for good reason. Experience under pressure matters. Eubank knows how to stay composed in chaos, how to manage pain, and how to fight smart when exhaustion sets in. For Ben to win, he'll need control, not just power, but when pride takes over, strategy often disappears. This fight walks a razor's edge, emotion versus endurance, legacy versus longevity. Jones isn't hyping the violence, he's warning what's coming, and deep down everyone knows he's probably right.
So this fight can only harm him, because that was a hard fight, the first one. This one will be another hard fight, whoever wins, unless there's a real freak occurrence, not a freak occurrence, unless someone gets caught with a shot really early, then it's going to be a hard night, which you still have to make Eubank the favourite again, like I did the first time. I mean, so I don't...
The countdown is ticking, and this fight is now bigger than titles, rankings, or records. It's pure redemption. Chris Eubank Jr. steps into the rematch with one mission: reclaim his respect, rewrite history, and prove that discipline outlasts chaos. Every jab, every move will reflect a man who's been burned by defeat and returned colder, sharper, and wiser. Conor Benn, meanwhile, fights with emotion, driven by legacy, anger, and unfinished business. He's no longer chasing Eubank, he's hunting him. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a generational clash. Two names, two stories, one defining night. So the question is, who walks out with glory? The composed tactician, Chris Eubank Jr., or the relentless storm, Conor Benn? Drop your prediction in the comments.